Come on then, let's get this job done and dusted and finished. And come with me live and at the scene. And let's, I see that the wood that was holding that was holding that, which was holding that, which was holding that. Let's do the same again here now, look. Just tap it out, tap it out. So if you notice, this was stopping this from going up because we fixed the top shelf, didn't we? Yeah. And we'll take this away. We'll take that away, pull this away. The piece of wood falls to the bottom that was holding that up there. Let's go and get it. Here it is, it's in the bottom. There's two pieces yet. So there's nothing fixed. And we wanted to do this, didn't we? We had a big gap that we had to fix there before we could carry on. So we're going to carry on now. We're going to take that away. We can either come up the same height if we've got a piece of the same wood, or we can go straight past it. We know where we want to be. We just want to be level here with this, don't we? Same again here. We'll take this out, replace it with a tall one, and then I do believe we're on the last legs of this little bit. And look, we've got our shelves. Then we'll put the cupboards. We've done the floor here. Then we'll put the cupboards in there, and then we'll bolt them and the cupboards, put everything together. That's why I've been laying off fixing those yet, because I'm just, you know what I like, I bolt everything together where I can. Yeah, so let's stop messing about and let's get it done. I don't think I can milk any more films out of this little job. See, it's not going to fall. Remember, there was a gap and all that, wasn't there, down there? It's not going to fall, is it? No. So it was better to do this in two levels, this level, and then bring it up to this level, because the weight wasn't going to push it, and the weight's not going to make it escape through the gaps. So let's crack on, shall we? Let's see if we can see. Can we see where that ended? Look, that's what we're holding up, the plastic here. Don't know if you can see the plastic there. That plastic stopped it from oozing, didn't it? So it's great, absolutely spot on there. And this is okay. We'll just put a higher board in here, take this away, that'll be fine. We know where our level is, so we don't have to put a board in level or mess with that. Just as long as we know where the level is, which is this edge here, it's going to be just fine. Let's put a bigger board there for now then. Remember, we put this fixing in here, we fixed it in there, we put concrete around it, so that's well and truly fixed in. These are well and truly fixed in to go to the next level. So yeah, just put a couple of connections, that's all. It's a bit like rebar, I suppose. If it does, doesn't want to join whatever, or creates a separate, because it's a separate mix or won't join. With its green like this now, this will connect. It's quite rough on the top in places, so this will connect really, really well. And of course, most of this weight is going down. We're just stopping this from, all of a sudden, this is rock solid. Yeah, it's not wobbly anymore. We fixed it in the bottom, didn't we, to the concrete. We fixed it in here up against the concrete, and we're gonna jam this in here solid with a brick wall up there with a brick edge. So yeah, it'll be fine, it'll be just fine. And of course it'll be connected, everything will be connected together. I tend to do that, don't I? And even if it's only just one bolt or one fixing, it's a good one. It won't pull itself apart, because wood is a funny thing. Wood does move, it does breathe, it does, but this is quite a short span, quite a big shelf, so we're going to put slightly different stuff in here. We haven't really decided, but we've got the option now, haven't we? So yeah, let's crack on. So if somebody offers you, pick up the sheet of this stuff. I don't know if it's fiberglass, if it's plastic, it's a very strong plastic stuff. put it on your floor, and then when you're making a mix on the floor, you know sometimes it leaves a thing, but it just scrapes off. That was the last load gone. So we're going to make another mix. It cleans up. Just scrape it about. Scrape it about, then brush it. Or if you hang on to one of your on one of your boards, because it cleans up off the floor way better. We could make it on a concrete floor, but it tends to leave like a skin. It's not so good doing mixes on concrete floor. It's much better if you've got a board to do it onto, you know what I mean? And you can use it and use it and use it, and it doesn't build up and stick to your floor. It goes when you make a mix. When you make a mix, it fits where it touches. I think that was 1.5 bags. I think probably 2 or 2.5 bags will do this. But you can never really measure it exactly. So always, whenever you're making a mix to do a job, sort of, it pays to be a job behind, because what's going to happen, you remember we put this here to where we wanted, and the spare went up there, didn't it, behind there. So we've got space to put some here, any excess, and we've got space under the back to put some in. So we can afford to do more and then use the spare rather than throw the spare away. Or so whenever you're making these or making a plan or whatever, always try and think about, if you make too little, you haven't got any over, have you? So you have to remake some. But if you make some and you've got half a load, or you've got, you know, an amount over, you've always got somewhere to use it, to take it, to make something use of it. So we're going to make it what we think is the right size. If not, we're going to sort of guess it over, if anything, really. We're going to guess it over, and then if we've got any spare, we'll finish that corner off, take the corner off there, finish that up to there, and then we'll use the rest of the spare down the back there. Yeah, and hope we won't make that much over, but we'll see. What else we're going to throw into the mix today? We're going to throw this. Do you know from the sandblaster, sand in the sandblaster's been there for years, and it's just got finer and finer and finer and finer. Yeah, it doesn't sandblast much at all now, because it's just been hammered to death. All the crystalness of it, it's basically a dust. It's really heavy. It's really heavy. All the scrap and all the rust that's been knocked off is now in there. But otherwise, you'd have to find a way to deal with it, take it to the tip, whatever, however, whatever. But we've got it. It's sand. Once you get that wet, it'll go in the mix. That is now also going in the wall. The old shot blasting sand that you have in your shot blaster. One way of getting rid of it, isn't it? As you can see, this cement dust is on the verge of turning. It's right on the verge of turning, of going hard. But that's fine. We'll just mooch it up like this and mix it in. Put a bit extra in. For the job we're doing, it don't matter. It's quite just on the edge of turning. We better use that pretty quick. Keep it in a dry place, it lasts a long time. And I know it runs out of date. But for what we do, messing about in the back garden or whatever, it's perfectly fine. Yeah. Okay, if they come here in a few years and decide to put a whole big block of flats and say, well, there's good concrete there, we'll build our block of flats on top of it. That might be a different situation. Because Scoutcrafter did a comment, didn't he? In 50 years' time, or even 80 or 100 years' time, somebody will have another idea, and some poor sap will get the job of, oh, that's not very much. Get yourself a breaker and break that all off by hand. Oh, they'll get a surprise. The concrete's gone in the floor, in the walls. Going to be a hell of a job for some money. And they're going to go with a detector, and they're going to, oh, there's metal in there. Oh, we detected something. We detected, Roman coins or something. What it'll be, it won't be Roman coins, it'll be Reggie's recycling in the concrete job. Boy, oh boy, had I forgotten how hard it is to make a mix. Ooh, we should have done that in the mixer, shouldn't we? Oh, blimey. Anyway, it's quite a wet. I want it to be a wet, sloppy, oozing load so it'll settle in everywhere. There's no rush to get it dry. We leave it there for days. But wow. Ooh, I am completely pooped now. Yeah, but I'm quite pleased now. Everything's mixed in, nice and wet. There's no dry patches or nothing. No, you know, little dry patches of pure sand, a lump of sand, you know, not been broken up. So anyway, we'll give that one more stirring up and we'll put it in. Wow, I'm shot now. So let's hope that doesn't fall off there and the whole thing goes west. Right, let's shovel some of this in. See what it looks like. Well sloppy. Don't matter. It's all gotta go. It's all gotta go in there. Voila. Another one. It's almost like making a cake mix, isn't it? Okay. There we are. There we are. You know what? I don't think we're going to have much spare. Woo. Come on. Let's get this in. Let's push that in first. You know what? I'm worried. I haven't got enough stuff. Woo, woo, woo. Come on. Now if I'd cleaned my tools properly and kept them nice and clean and shiny, you wouldn't get none of this sticking. We need some more in there, don't we? We need quite a bit more. Yeah, we'll be alright. We'll be alright. What are we doing? Oh yeah, more stuff. More stuff. Oh yeah, looking at this, if we would have done it on one lift, it would have been a lot of weight. pushing down against the shelves. We're going to work a bit closer to you, but I don't think we'll see. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, for now, make that look like where it's going to be when we finish with it. Lovely, lovely sloppy mix. Here we are. It's going to be like that going forward, there or thereabouts. Obviously we'll play with it a bit, won't we? We'll play with it as we go along. I'll do this bit now that you can't see. Oh, actually you can. Who knew that? Who knew that? Actually we are ever so slightly short. Ever so slightly short. I'm reluctant to make a mess of it. I was going to just dig a hole, put a couple of big bricks in there, and then whatever excess comes over and goes in there, but done such a nice job on it. Nice and level along there, look. I think I'm going to just leave it. I'm going to just leave it. And that'll be a Reggie signature. The job's never done perfect. You know Reggie's done it because there's always that little bit somewhere, somehow, isn't there? So, is that a bubble? What is that? What is that? Anyway, look at that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. As long as you don't look in the corner. They are from this angle. Beautiful, isn't it? So, just ever so slightly short. Don't matter. Still a shelf, isn't it? It'll still do what it's got to do. If it really does annoy us, we can fix that. So, yeah. I'd say, well, no, they're not finished, but I'd say that part of it is done. And of course, it's not oozing or squishing underneath. It's not even dripping, is it? So I'm glad we did the bottom piece first to seal it, seal up the hole. I think that plan worked really well. Yeah. We've got to make another couple of mixes, but of course it's thinner here, isn't it? So we'll go through it fairly quickly. Or we can always keep them gaps for if we've got any excess on another day. So let's leave that then. Let's leave that go off because it is well wet. That's going to be 2 or 3 days before it even begins to go off. But we've got to where we want to be. We remember we built the shelves. We had this behind. We yeah, I'm really we've got to think. Take that wood out. What are we going to do with that? Are we going to give that a surface and finish that off, or are we just going to box it off up here? We can take the strap off there now. That's well and truly connected. Yeah. Well, each bit you do, the thing is sometimes you've got a job to do and oh, you can't face it. But each job you do, each bit I've done is another bit closer. And that's how you get. Now this is what only a little job, but it's the same as the big jobs. Just keep plodding away. Everything you do is another day closer to your goal. It was another day closer to having these shelves up here and done. Yeah, we've got, get them cupboards, bolt them through, job done. Oh, and then of course, jiggle stuff around, try and make space. And then decide, are we now going to put shelves from here upwards? Check the stores, look at the wood. We might decide to go a couple of shelves from there upwards now, won't we? sitting on top of there. Yeah, we'll have to look at that. Here is another example of do each bit as you're going along. Look, we're getting there, we're getting there. The green wants another coat. The black welcome wants doing. The beard has been done. The face needs bits of red in it. The hat has been done. The ears want some sort of a reddish something in it. The cheeks and the nose want something added to it. Do you see the eyes have come back? The black line above the eyes. Yeah, and the eyebrow. So they're done. We changed the colour of it to blue with a brown belt, didn't we? We did the trousers. All we've done is topped up all that Debbie's done is topped up the black. We're nearly at the end. We're nearly. Obviously, once we've finished putting all the colour on it, which might be tonight, because this weekend she's putting up the Christmas decorations. And then it'll be hit by clear varnish, won't it? So it'll have a coat of varnish on it. Let that dry, and then another coat of varnish. And then it'll be ready. So, yeah, and you can't even see Robert's repair. Do you remember it was cut off here, wasn't it? And it had no bottom to it. And Robert kindly fixed it for us with fiberglass and milliput, was it? Yeah, and then it came here. So, teamwork. I found it. Yeah. We got it from Dolly's Deals, didn't we? From Dolly, yeah. Dolly had it. We bought it off Dolly. I think we paid a £5 for it. And then we made a deal with Rob, didn't we? And Rob repaired it. Did a swap and a change and a, bits and pieces. And then Debbie's painted it. So there's been lots of hands involved in this. Teamwork and a bit of time, because we bought this sort of mid of the summer, didn't we? But yeah, wow. It's looking fun. A bit more, the black's got to be done. A bit more to make it pop a little bit more. And then once that varnish hits it, that gloss, clear varnish hits it, and it gets the first coat, and then it gets the second coat. Wow, it's going to look fantastic in the garden, isn't it? Almost too nice to put out, isn't it? Almost too nice to put out. But out it's got to go. Debbie wants that corner to put the Christmas tree in.